Greetings and welcome to Chant Day. Oh, happy Monday, everybody. We are Sanyo. This is the day of Sanyo. So we are thankful to be here today to chant a psalm. As always, we give thanks in the multitude. We give thanks in the multitude. So the psalm today is short. It is 82, rescue the weak and needy. And we need this as we are grieving, as we feel weak and we feel that we are in need of comforting, we will be rescued. Hold 1 second. Okay, here we go. Go on. Back outside, boy. Okay, here we go. Greetings, everyone. Sorry for the delay. I'm making some hot tea. But today's psalm is 82. It is blessed. Okay. Rescue the weak and needy. This is what we need today. Because as we are grieving, we are asking for rescue. Because we may feel weak. We may feel we are in need of comforting. And it is important that we know we have an advocate. We have an advocate, and that advocate, oh my goodness, that advocate is powerfully ordained to give us the strength that we need. Greetings, Elsu. Greetings of love, joy, and happiness. I receive that full-heartedly. Receive it. And I'm thankful for your kind words as we... Ooh, I have to get this off my bottom of my foot. So, rescue the weak and needy. Let's see what this is. I have probably done this psalm before, but okay, it's hot in here too. I gotta get my fan. I'm on my feet a lot every day. So this was bothering me for a minute. Let me get my fan. Okay. Here we go. Greetings, everyone. This is good tea. Hot tea. Hot water with lemon squeeze. It helps rejuvenate the body. I'm just getting up. I got up earlier, but I just decided to just meditate in bed. So I did that, and I was glad because when I got up and looked at the verse today is coming from James chapter 1 verse 21, and it speaks of, therefore get rid of all filth. It said moral filth and the evil that is so prevalent, right? So get rid of it. Get rid of it. Now, this is how you're going to be rescued. How the weakness that you have and the need that you have is going to be fulfilled by getting rid of all filth and the evil that is so prevalent, and humbly accept the word planted inside of all of I and I that can save I and I. So there is a word that's planted inside that can save you and that can rescue you. So James chapter 1 verse 21 talks about that. He talks about the need to put away things that are not helping you. Okay, use me for as an example. I'm putting away everything that is not going to benefit me or help me. That's people, that's situations, that's circumstances, that's anything that is not going to move towards righteousness, right? Then I'm going to remove it. So I had to intentionally do that, okay? And in that, because I was going through, oh my goodness, just a hard moment and needing a particular person to speak to, but they weren't there. And that showed me that they're not going to be there. So I need to remove them, like, completely, because they're not there in a genuine way. And somebody else told me this at church yesterday, the same thing with them and their relationship. The person is not there for them. So you have to move on. You have to let go and know that everything is ordained divinely for you, and that some may come, some may go. That doesn't take away from the fact that you are blessed. It doesn't take away from that. So Psalm 82, and this verse from James chapter 1 verse 21, get rid of all filth, okay? And it's talking about a specific filth, moral filth. Some people don't have morals, some people do. And those that do have morals, they remove the filth from it, and they receive the fullness of those morals. And there is an evil that's prevalent, okay? We see it in our society today. It's a prevalent evil that's going on. So what do we do? What do we do in these circumstances? How do we maneuver our lives to fully be present for goodness, for righteousness, mercy, and love? How do we do that? Books are my favorite, and I'm in my library. So, yeah, we have to remove certain things that are not benefiting us, that's not moving us along into the fullness of goodness, of righteousness, mercy, love, and kindness. We have to move from that. So let's look at the psalm in its entirety. It's only 8 verses. This is Psalm 82, only 8 verses. And it begins with the word God. And I translate that to mean righteousness, goodness, mercy, love, kindness, okay? And it's fine if you want to use God, Lord, Jesus, Jehovah, Jireh. That's beautiful. Those are personal, and that is people's personal relationship that they build, and they shouldn't be judged for who they call. They will be judged for their behavior, for their actions, you know. So make sure who you're calling on, you know, it's about goodness. It's about righteousness, mercy, love, and kindness. Make sure it's about all of that. That is important. And when the verse talks about, you know, getting rid of something, that's real. Getting rid of something that is not benefiting you for the goodness. You know, all things work for our good, right? All things are working for our good. So, yeah, I have a mosquito. This is a mosquito coil. And I don't like it, but mosquitoes are a reality here. So, 1 second. This me don't gotta start packing stuff up in the Jeep. I don't know if you want, right? Roll it up the hill. Okay. Here we go. So, it starts off with God. And God has taken place. So, righteousness, okay, righteousness has taken place in the divine council. In the divine council. So, in the midst of the gods, righteousness holds judgment. In the midst of the gods, righteousness holds judgment. So, what is verse 1 talking about? That righteousness has taken root, is taken place in a divine council. That means that this is a place of divinity teaching. This is a place of order. We had the word yesterday, divine order. So the divine teachings is where righteousness is going to be. Okay? And righteousness is in the midst of the gods. That righteousness holds judgment. So we're hearing now that there are other gods, right? We have the omnipotent one, right? We have that one, and then we have these other gods. And these other gods can be sex, it can be violence, it can be gambling addiction, it can be alcohol addiction, it can be money. So all these different gods are in the midst. In the midst of these things, there is righteousness. And righteousness is holding judgment. Right? So, verse 1 is very powerful because it sets up the ideology that righteousness has a place. And that place is a divine order place, right? It's a divine order place. And that I want to carry this book today. And in that divine order place, We have an advocate. We have an advocate. And that advocate gives and takes. Believe me, gives and takes. That advocate gives and takes and is working for our good. It's working for our good. This advocate is working for our good. Things may not be good. Things may not be good. But all of it is working towards that good. Towards a future of goodness. Right? And that future of goodness is built on the foundation of getting rid of moral filth, because evil is prevalent in these times, right? And this is James chapter 1 is talking about this. And David is talking about this in Psalm 82, right? That in the midst of these gods, righteousness holds judgment. So in verse 2 now, how long will righteousness judge unjustly and show partiality to the wicked? Selah. This is a loaded question. How long? Now you will see people being judged unjustly, and they're being shown partiality because of their whiteness, maybe. They're being shown partiality maybe because of their gender. They're shown partiality because of lots of different reasons. But this partiality is shown to the wicked, because according to James, the evil is so prevalent that this is what Psalm 82 is referencing in the question in verse 2. How long will judgments be unjust and partiality shown to the wicked? Selah. Notice that Selah is right after verse 2, right after mentioning the wicked. So in verse 3, it's about giving justice. Because remember, verse 2 is talking about how long will the unjust, how long will this injustice keep on? How long will it keep going? And this partiality shown to the wicked. This is so prevalent during the civil rights movement, when we see the injustice against black people in America. So when America talks about violence, and we don't want any violence, and we're not about that, and this is a country of nonviolent and all that. No, it's not. The USA was built and founded on violence, fatalities, murders, rape, brutality, imprisonment, beatings, hangings from trees. So how are you going to talk about violence when you are the ones that perpetuated this from the beginning of your colonial, capitalistic, white supremacist indoctrination? Okay? So we see in verse 3, it's about giving justice to the weak and the fatherless. Okay? My earthly father has transitioned to a new life, to a new free irids, and now I am without that, right? However, justice will be given to the weak and the fatherless. And the weak and the fatherless, their righteousness will be maintained, right? Because of their affliction and their destitute. This is what's happening. My apologies for the delay in sending out the oils. They will be sent out to the address that you've sent me. So we're talking about in verse 3 about the fatherless, giving justice to those folks, right? And maintaining the righteousness of the afflicted and the destitute. Because when somebody is afflicted and destitute, they are very easily to go into something wrong. That's why it's titled, that's why Psalm 82 is titled, Rescue the Weak and Needy. Because oftentimes this affliction and destitution can, go into a wrong place. So in verse 4, it's echoing and it's about rescuing the weak and the needy. Rescue the weak and the needy. Deliver the weak and the needy from the hand of the wicked. And James talks about that same narrative in chapter 1 of James, verse 21. Getting rid of all these filth because the evil is so prevalent. And in that experience, the accepting of the word that's planted inside of you that can save you. So we see that there is an advocate. Okay. Verse 5, it's talking about the wicked. Okay. The wicked have neither knowledge nor the ability to stand firm in righteousness, because from the womb they've been wicked and they've been going after wrongness. So they're not able to stand in righteousness. And they're walking about in despair, basically. They're walking around devoid of light, in other words. They do not have light. Okay? They are without light. So the foundations are shaken. The foundations are shaken. The foundations of the wicked are shaken. Okay? It talks about all the foundations of the earth are shaken, but I look at that as the wicked are shaken. They're the ones that are devoid of light. They have no light. You look in their eyes and it's nothing there. So verse 6 speaks of all of I and I as gods. Verse 6, I spoke, you are gods, sons and daughters of the Most High, all of you. Nevertheless, as men, as human, you shall die and fall as any prince. And I've seen this with my own eyes. When I went into my parents' room and saw my dad on the ground, lifeless body. Okay, he fell off the side of the bed, and that was where he ended up. And that death I'm looking at, it's hard to look at it this way, but it's a different life he has now. So he cannot be destroyed. That energy cannot be destroyed, right? It cannot. So where does it go? We don't look at it as life because we are not physically seeing the person. However, we have to get to the firm standing that that is not death as we know it to be. It is life. It is life. And that life keeps living in a different place and time than we know of today. So, in the final verse of this psalm, arise, arise, O righteousness. Arise, O righteousness. Okay, arise. And judge. Arise and judge the earth. For you, righteousness, shall inherit all the nations. Because righteousness is the only thing that can exalt a nation. So, the inheritance is righteousness, ultimately. It's righteousness. So, you know, Selah and Selah again for the Psalm 82. I love it. Psalm 82. Today's word of the day is faith. And we so need this for July 15th. Faith. Okay. We're going up to the 7 o'clock hour. 7 o'clock hour coming up. And today my workshop starts full sessions at 8. So I am going to head down there at 7:30 to get set up. But in light of that, the word today is faith. Faith. And faith is a foundation throughout all the seasons of life. Faith. I have faith in the absolute goodness of righteousness. Sometimes this is easy, especially when my relationships are harmonious, when I have enough money and material goods to meet my needs, and when I am enjoying robust health. So other times, when I'm in conflict or I'm having a health or prosperity challenge, doubt might creep into my thoughts and obscure my faith, right? That happens. We're human. This is going to happen. But righteousness is the one presence and power in the universe. Having a firm standing in righteousness puts I life's temporary situations in perspective. I have faith in righteousness's absolute goodness that is always expressing in and as I life. I use faith to guide me through my days of depression and anxiety and frustration and sadness until the sun shines brightly once again. That is beautiful. The faith that you have as your own before righteousness. Blessed are those who have no reason to hurt themselves because of what is approved. Okay, this is Romans 14:22. So, the faith that you have that faith. Have that faith. Okay? And have it before righteousness. Blessed are I who have no reason to, be guilty because of what I have approved. Romans chapter 14 verse 22. And that's the word today, faith. And the psalm today is 82. Go check it out. Rescue the weak and needy. Okay? Verse 6 and 7 is powerful to me. And I will pull that out because righteousness spoke that all of you all are God's sons and daughters of the Most High. that high, omnipotent, righteous wind, right? You all are part of that. Nevertheless, as humans, I and I all have to pass on from this life to another. And all of I and I must fall, because when that energy leaves our physical, that physical no longer has life. It's going to drop. Gravity is going to pull it down. Okay? It's going to fall. And it's being described in verse 7 as falling as any prince, royalty. So even though that royalty is there, that is going to happen. Look at Pharaoh and his first son. When Pharaoh's first son was taken, right? That was a prince. That was, and that's what happened. So we all have to go through that. And in the time that we have now, we have to be kind to each other. We have to be loving and honest with each other. You know what I mean? We cannot blindside folks, have folks thinking one thing, but we're doing something totally different. That is evilness. Get away from that. We need to be honest. We need to have that integrity within ourselves in finding our truth and sharing that with others, irregardless of feelings being hurt. Feelings are hurt more when you leave something dormant and don't talk about it, and then you talk about it. You know what I mean? It's like, get to the root of what is happening and be honest. Okay? Be honest. I would never have thought that the person that I spent 6 years with, getting to know them, their family, all of that they would do what they've done to me. I would have never thought that would have happened. But it did. To teach me, to really teach me. Okay? People that you were with teach you. They teach you lessons. So I've learned a big one. And in that big lesson that I've learned, I know now that my value is only what I give myself and how I value myself. Because people are going to value the things I have. They're going to value my net worth. They're going to value my $1 million businesses that I'm about to have. They're going to value that. But it's going to be too late, because now I see you, that you don't value me as a person, but the things I can give you. So people like that, I'm going to push away. I'm pushing away. I'm blocking them from my phone. I'm pushing them away. I am totally moving on to the point where I no longer am going to contact, text, call, reach out, nothing. It's blocked completely. I have belongings that I have to retrieve, whatever. I'm to that point. Throw it away, whatever, my daughter's stuff is that, whatever. It doesn't matter anymore. I'm getting rid of it. Getting rid of this toxicity in my life. I'm getting rid of people who do not respect me and respect the work that I do. Right? So, and people follow this channel, and the same person that I'm talking about that's blindsided me is probably listening to this right now. I just saw 2 people was on, and then they went off as I talked about this. So yeah, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to write about it. I'm going to write about it. I'm going to talk about it, because people need to know from my experience what happened to me 6 years in a relationship. Well, actually 2 years, because 2018 was when the relationship began. And it began under circumstances that the person needed something material from me. So that's how it began. 2018, the person's mom passed. 2019, 2018, the person's sister passed. 2019, the person's mom passed. 2020, I graduated with my PhD and my library science degree during a pandemic. 2021, I started the reading summer workshop in the Virgin Islands in 2021. This is 4 years now. 2022, December, I broke the engagement off because you're not on the same page. You're not being a team member. Even though I'm pouring into you, you're not pouring into me. I broke the engagement off in 2022. The person cried. But little did I know I would be crying 2 years later, or the next year when my son passed in 2023. And then 2024, here comes my dad passed. And the person said they met someone else. So you see how things work in a divine way? I wanted the person to change and be more of a team member, and let's do business. You know, they could have came with me in the summertime, and they could have worked with me and made a living. But that was not the intention from the jump. So when we talk about the Psalm today and rescuing the weak and needy, be careful, because when you throw your pearls to swine, they can come back and trample you. But when you give your pearls to righteous people, they're going to give you your pearls. They're going to pour into you, right? And that wasn't happening, okay? As much as I gave of my time, my energy, my body, my mind, my finances, my credit, all of that, it was never enough for the person. Never enough. Never enough. So when you never have enough of something, that is what the verse is talking about, getting rid of moral filth. Right? Getting rid of moral filth and the evil that's so prevalent, and humbly accept the word planted inside that can save. So don't try to call me, because this is talking to those who don't try to call me, because you're not gonna get through. It's blocked. The only time you can see me is on social media, when I go live, and when I'm one day I'll be on Good Morning America, and you can open your TV and watch it. and think about treating people better. Maybe this new relationship that you're in with this new person, that you may learn to treat them better than you did treat me, in terms of being a team. So Psalm 82, rescue the weak and needy. The word today, faith. The word today, faith. He's going through an itchy problem. He's itchy. Yeah. He's got, oh, it looks like it kind of helped. I gave him a bath yesterday and soaked his paws in some itchy medicated shampoo. And Looks like he's gotten a little better with it, but he might need to do another dip. Anyway, the word today, faith. Faith is a foundation throughout all the seasons of life. When a baby is birthed, faith is there. When somebody passes, faith is there. So faith, and we're looking at Romans 14:22, James chapter 1 verse 21, and then the Psalm today 82 verse 1 to 8. Psalm 82 is rescue the weak and needy. Rescue the weak and needy is Psalm 82. Okay? Rescue the weak and needy. Have a blessed day, everyone. I'm going to outro with Chant a Psalm a day. And everybody have a blessed, beautiful day. Have a blessed day, everyone. Chant a Psalm a day. Greetings, El Sue. Thank you. Love, joy, happiness. I receive it and I choose it. I choose it. And I am thankful to the Most High every day. Every day. In my work, in my life, in everything I do. Thank you so much. Have a blessed day.